Christian, Max. Look, I just wanted to have a quick word with you guys about the championship. I really think it would be best for everybody if you guys just sit this one out and let Gio pull back some points, close that gap. Oh, come on, guys. Think of the fans. It'll make for a really, really exciting end to the season. Oh, you're so selfish. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. Today we have the Qatar weekend, the Sprint weekend, and that's a big chance for us to hopefully start to really peg back some points on Verstappen and Red Bull. We can see here Verstappen has pulled out a fairly nice lead over Gio now, and if we go and have a look over here at the constructors, again, it's a very nice lead that Red Bull have over us. So ideally, yeah, if they could just miss a race, it would do us a load of good. Now, Mick is a little bit of interest here. He could overtake Sergio Perez this race. Probably should, to be honest, and that'll get him up into fourth, and it'll really sort of cement the fact that the two dominant cars have been Red Bull and Ferrari. So not too much has changed. We're getting to that point of the season now where developments are kind of wrapping up. We've got one more that we're bringing, and then we're going to have to really move our focus onto next year's car. Now, let's have a quick look here. It is a sprint weekend. We're not expecting any rain. For qualifying, red is Sector 1, blue Sector 2, yellow Sector 3. We can see there are lots of medium and fast speed corners. It's a motorcycle track, isn't it, really? So for the MotoGP. So, yeah, it's those sorts of corners. That's all you need is medium speed corners. Time considerations, 23 seconds. You save 6 seconds on a virtual or regular safety car. It's a two-stop. Now, the fact that there's two mediums, I'm going to have to think about what we're doing in terms of saving tyres. We've only got one free practice session before qualifying, though. We can see there the soft tyre is half a second faster and degrades quite quickly. The hard tyre is not, it's almost a second a lap slower than the, yeah, the medium's the best one, isn't it? Because it degrades quite slowly. I wonder if there's an argument to say you do an extra stop and go like soft medium or something. But anyway, George Russell won here last year, Verstappen the year before that, and let's have a look at our performance targets. Reach Q3, that should be fine. Someone in the top 4 would be very nice as well. Yeah, all right, we'll go for fastest lap, finishing position in the top 4, and then qualifying, we need both cars in the top 6 for 2 races, and finishing one car in the top 6 for 2 races. All that should be reasonably doable. Qualifying is maybe a bit of a tough one, but we'll do our best, won't we? Alright, so unsurprisingly for the desert, there is no rain predicted. I've got one free practice session to try and get this set up, and then we'll be back for qualifying. Alright, so free practice is done, as ever with one session. We don't know exactly how we've done for the setup yet, but 8th and 15th is where we stood. That's with old engine parts and whatnot, of course. So let's go and do qualifying. And Q1 with a red flag was absolutely fine. We just did the one run, 5th and 6th. I don't know if Mercedes has bought an upgrade. That would be disappointing if they have. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And we can see there was no major casualties either. Although maybe the Alpine's pretty quick, isn't it, in our version of the world. So let's move on to Q2. Alright, so we're on our second run with Giovinazzi. Mick has done a good lap. He doesn't need to go again. He used an extra set of tyres in free practice to what Giovinazzi did as well. So that kind of gets him back on an even keel then. But this is a brand new tyre for Giovinazzi. His first lap was done on a used set, and he was just, for some reason, way off the pace of Mick. So he's done a green first sector. There shouldn't be any traffic here to get in his way. So let's hope we don't have another Giovinazzi moment where he just sort of falls asleep in qualifying. There goes the checkered flag. That was expected. It was the clock counting down. We've done another green sector. I mean, this should be okay. Surely we're going to get inside the top 10 here. Is there anybody else going quick behind us? Not particularly, although there's 1 or 2 green sectors there. Giovinazzi, though, crosses the line and is still 11th? 12th. What has happened to Giovinazzi there? That is baffling. 12th. He's without qualified by Bottas. Look how he's 4. Where are we here? He is 0.7 of a second slower than he was in Q1. I don't understand where that lap time is gone. Anyway, he's got the sprint to make it up, I guess. Let's go to Q3 with Mick. Alright, so here we go with Mick on the same set of tyres he did Q1 and Q2. He still managed to go 6 fastest. He's on a new set now. He's possibly a little too close to George Russell in front. Hopefully it's not going to affect him too negatively. But anyway, that's where he put himself. So Let's see what he can do now. This is a brand new set of tyres. He should be significantly quicker just on the tyres alone. As I say, hopefully he's not going to get too much aero wash from Russell in front. And it looks like we're catching him a little bit as well, which is only going to hurt. Although it doesn't really matter if it hurts the tyres, it doesn't want to hurt the lap time. Green, green. What have we got in front of us here? That is the checkered flag, I assume. Yes, it is. Russell's actually done purple, purple. Now, it looks to me as though we're catching him a little bit as well. It's maybe not in that middle sector. Let's see where we go. Russell goes to the top, I'm assuming. No, Mick, though, he goes third. Is anybody going to be able to do better? Doesn't look like it. So, third for Mick. So, at least someone's up there. Yeah, I just don't understand Giovinazzi sometimes. Alright, so here we go with the sprint race. Now, we've made the decision to send Mick out on the hard. There's a lot of soft tyres there. Is there a lot of mediums as well? The hard tyre, we'll have a look at exactly, so there's a few people out on it. It's going to allow us to push harder for longer, which is why we've done that. The Verstappen on the soft tyre is surely coming in to make a stop. I don't see how that's going to work out for him. So if we can stay with him, then we could be in for a good day. But yeah, I'm actually almost relieved that there's a few more hard tyre runners out there than I thought there might be. And that might give Giovinazzi a chance as well, because he will have a pace advantage over them. He's just got to try and make his tyres last a little bit more to the end, whereas Mick's tyres, even pushing, will get there. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Mick, ideally, will just hold position. I'd be absolutely fine with that. And, yeah, Giovinazzi needs to move himself forward as quickly as possible here. Alright, so we are just about halfway through this one. I think it's lap 9 of 10, or it's 10 laps to go. It's 19 laps, so it must be lap 10. And, well, Mick is going backwards a little bit, to be honest. He's down there in 6th. Now, everybody else, if we look at tyre life, are pushing their tyres fairly hard, although maybe not as hard as we would have hoped. Giovinazzi is up into 11th. He has just got past Magnussen, and he is, you know, fully charged battery, sort of ready to come at this race late on. So, yeah, ideally we need Mick to get ahead of at least these two. We're waiting for our moment to go sort of full send with him. And, yeah, and then Giovinazzi, again, I think as the race goes on, he's going to come better and better. But, yeah, actually, for the players down at DRS, if we could maybe pick him off this lap, that might be useful. I don't know if we're a little too far back, maybe. Should have this. He's on a hard tyre as well. So that's going to be another place done. And, yeah, if Giovinazzi can get himself back up into the points for this one, and then see what he can do in the Grand Prix when, you know, when that starts proper. But, yeah, the hard tyre with Mick is maybe looking as though it's a bit of a mistake, but we'll see. This is the part of the race now where the hard tyre will start to come into its own a bit more. Alright, so Giovinazzi in 10th is about. He's challenging. He should get past Bottas there on the hard tyre. Next up is Albon for him. And let's see what he can do with him. Hopefully nice and quickly. We're deploying, so ideally we do need to get that done kind of quickly. So that's him up into 8th and a point. Now Mick is in 5th. He's seen off Ocon. Both the Mercedes are in front of him. And if you have a look at lap times, he is catching Sainz. You can see Verstappen's laps are starting to fall off a cliff as well. There may not be enough time left in this race for him to do too much. Let's go full attack maybe and see if we can start and pick a few off here coming towards the end. And as for Gio, he's got 2.5 seconds to Stroll. He's second and a bit faster each lap. So we'll see what he can do. Maybe he could get up past Stroll as well. Alright, so we are on to the last lap. Mick is currently in 4th. That is Sainz just in front of him there. We are desperately trying to catch him. We are sort of doing everything we can. We've got to be careful on fuel with both cars. God damn it. Hopefully we don't run out. Giovinazzi is in 8th. He, again, is trying his best. Ocon is dropping back a little bit here, but I don't think we're going to have enough time to quite manage to do that. We'll come back in a little bit and have a check-in on that one. We'll deploy as we come towards the end of the lap here with Mick. He now does have enough petrol to get to the end. That was a bit close. but he is going to fall just short. So Verstappen is going to win the sprint. Another lap, we would have been back to where we started. Hard tyre maybe didn't quite pay off for us there in the end. And Giovinazzi, he's up a few. He's going to be starting 8th for the race proper.
Happy with that.
Alright, so Giovinazzi's already lost another 7 points to Verstappen, so that's not great. Soft, medium, medium. I think we saw the hard tyre, not necessarily a great tyre. Now, how many sets of... We've got 2 mediums and 3 softs and a hard. So, yeah, I think if you're going to make the extra stop, there's no need to put on a hard tyre, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, I think we do this, and then if we get to a situation where there's any sort of safety car or anything, then there's probably, just quietly, 1 practice session. Look at that, almost nailed both setups. Yeah, then I think we look to make an extra stop almost instantly, so we can push a little bit harder. But ideally, I think, yeah, I don't see why you'd want to use a hard tyre. We saw with Mick there, he went backwards trying to use it, so no need to do that. Alright, welcome back. We have got a couple of mediums on the Red Bulls there, but it looks like mostly soft tyres down the rest of the field. We'll jump on board. We're on board with Giovinazzi here. Yeah, there's a lot of soft tyres. Most of the field is on a soft tyre. So, in a sense, that's we don't really have an offset there, do we? So that's maybe a little disappointing, but then you could equally argue as Giovinazzi goes back a position. If we've got the better car, then not having the tyre offset maybe it's working in our favour. I'm already thinking with Giovinazzi here, maybe we do make an extra stop. We just push these tyres, just keep pushing them, and then yeah, sort of go soft. Do we do soft, soft, medium? Soft, 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 medium. For making an extra stop, that'll be 4 stints, 3 stops, won't it? So we do soft, 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 medium, which we can do with him because he has the tyres to do it. So, yeah, maybe there's an argument to say that's what we want to do. Mick, though, why has Mick gone back so far? Not a great start to this one. Both cars are going backwards. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. We don't know who's crashed as of yet.
Everybody okay?
Now, is this an opportunity to make a stop? Or is it too early to make a stop? Ricardo's crashed. He caused a red flag in qualifying too, I think. So if we come in now, we're pretty much not gaining anything. We were gaining 6 seconds, but I don't think we're gaining anything really. I think we'll lose that later on in the race. Alright, so virtual safety car is about to end. What that has done is it's allowed Giovinazzi to cool his tyres right down, so that should help his pace a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we'll do soft, we'll do a medium, because we're going to come out on newer tyres while everybody else is on older tyres anyway, so we should naturally have an advantage, or that would be a bigger advantage perhaps on a soft. And then we'll do soft, soft to end the race. The moment to let Giovinazzi pass Mick is going to be a key one as well. And yeah, I don't think splitting the strategies here is a terrible idea, actually, because there is definitely going to be a pace advantage to doing the extra stop. Now, of course, the caveat to that is we're talking about Ferrari stops here, aren't we? So that could be problematic. Can Mick stick a move on Stroll there? Not quite. We do really need to get past him because we can see the cars in front are pulling away a little bit now. So let's try and get this done. What we don't need to be doing is holding up Giovinazzi, though, is it? I wonder if we just sit him here for a second. Stroll does not have DRS to the car in front, does he? No, so this should be fairly simple for Mick, you would have thought. So that's that. He can go back to his usual tyre usage. Giovinazzi now can hopefully go and get himself past Stroll. And then we'll just sort of move Mick out of the way of him. Hopefully Mick will then go back behind Stroll. But Stroll seems very determined not to let Mick get away, doesn't he? Come on. Come on, Gio. They do at times just seem a little bit passive trying to get past cars, both drivers, but Giovinazzi seems a little bit worse to my mind. Alright, here we go. Just do a push on the petrol as well. And just go and get him. Just go and get him. He's going to... back behind Mick. Alright, Mick, you need to get out of the way now, please, mate, because Giovinazzi's different strategy to you. If you can get out in a way that lets Stroll pass, that would be useful. So Stroll's gone straight past. Mick lets him pass. Does Mick stay ahead of Stroll? He does. That was very well orchestrated, boys. And now if Mick can stay with Giovinazzi, who is roasting his tyres, but that's by design, and he could maybe pull him along a little bit, though that is looking increasingly unlikely, even if it's just for one straight. I think he's going to do it, you know. He's just managed to stay in, so well done to Mick there. And yeah, that's that. We'll be back in a lap or two's time for Giovinazzi's pit stop. Alright, so this is Giovinazzi's in here. He's coming in. I'm thinking of switching over to Mick as well, because Giovinazzi's like a second a lap faster. Now, it's a 57 lap race. Please be a good stop. 2.8, we'll take that. Thank you very much. So, over the course of 57 laps, being a second a lap faster, you are going to make that up. So, yeah, let's go and do that. Giovinazzi's come out last, but not by a mile. And you would imagine... how's everybody else looking here? They're all going to be coming in relatively soon. So yeah, well, we'll see how this plays out. But if we look at last lap times, where are we here? So Stroll's come in. So Mick pushing is, I mean, yeah, 2 seconds a lap faster than Sainz. It's definitely worth making an extra stop, I think. Alright, so Mick is coming into the pits now. It's a couple of laps later again. And you can see he caught those guys quite quickly. Now, let's concentrate on the pit stop first. But Giovinazzi is caught up in traffic a little bit. This is the problem, isn't it? 2 seconds lost in the pits. Giovinazzi is catching... He's actually undercut Mick Schumacher there. That tells you the difference, doesn't it? He's done 28 sixes, which is more or less what the leaders were doing. Yeah, I mean, that 2 seconds really would have been useful to move out ahead of these two cars. Giovinazzi, in truth, may have undercut him anyway. So, we'll see. Ocon's coming into the pits this lap. Now, he was just ahead of both cars when they came into the pits. So, we'll see how this shakes out. Should get that done. We should have DRS as well, I think. He would have been behind the detection point, so that's perfect. And is that Ocon coming out up there? So, yeah, it's not quite worked out because of traffic, and then with Mick with the dodgy pit stop. But if we get ourselves some free air, well, we'll see, won't we? Mick is sort of... He could still do his original plan if we wanted to with Mick. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, Giovinazzi is kind of committed at this point. So the Mercedes are both coming in. Let's see if we can get the undercut on them. Everybody, I think this is all the soft tyre starters starting to peel in now. And have we got the Mercedes? It looks like we did with Gio, but not with Mick. Not with Mick, who is going backwards a little bit just now, it must be said. Alright, now, it's going okay. Mick is 7th, Giovinazzi is 4th, but Russell's just pit, so he's come out in front of us on a soft tyre. Now, the issue we have with Giovinazzi is that he's just going through, if we look at lap times, he's really slow, kind of unexpectedly so. Ocon and Perez have both got past him and they pulled out 5 seconds, so I think the medium tyre just isn't quite working for him for whatever reason. Mick is just maybe needs to be a little bit careful to make sure he gets to where he needs to on this set. I'm not really sure what's wrong with Gio, to be honest. He is holding Sainz at bay now. In fact, he's pulled out a little bit that lap and closed the gap a little bit onto Perez as well. So at least the gap is holding. I don't know if it's just the age difference in the tyres that is the main difference, but yeah, it's a little bit confusing why he's sort of so slow, having been quite quick on the soft, it has to be said. So yeah, we'll see what we get as this continues. I'm thinking maybe a lot of people are doing, if not the same strategy, then they're going to be on maybe another medium to the end. And I think we're going to have quite the pace advantage. But the medium tyre is not working particularly well for us as both cars, but particularly for Giovinazzi. But he'll be coming in soon anyway. And hopefully, next lap it looks like, in fact. And hopefully that'll help his cause a little bit. Alright, so this is Giovinazzi's in-lap. We will be able to ditch the medium tie-up. Perez has got back past him, which is why he's dropped a position. Russell, has got back past him, which is why he's dropped a position. Perez and Ocon are in front still, but they're just sort of matching his lap times more or less. And yeah, so let's see if we get a good stop here. We've had one good one, one bad one. So, come on, Ferrari. Give us a good one. Off, on, go. 2.5, there we go. Now if we can just get a similar service to Mick. Now Mick will be coming in this lap. Then we'll be looking quite good. So we come out in 14th behind K-Mag. And again, we need to make sure that we're making pretty quick work of any cars that are in front of us, looking to slow us down. And let's go and jump on board with Mick now. I'm assuming that is Sainz in front of us, is it? 1.6 seconds, yeah, that looks about right. So we're coming around to the pit stop. I forgot to harvest Gio coming in. But anyway, can we get 2.5 second stops in consecutive laps? Just do the same thing again, guys. Get in a rhythm. Get in a rhythm. You still got to do this 2 more times after this. And 2.5. Haha. Alright, we've learned how to do that. Maybe we just get one bad one and we've done that for this race. So 12th and 14th it is. Giovinazzi's got past K-Mag already, so that's good. And let's see what sort of damage we can do on these soft tyres now. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. Not a great time for us, it has to be said.
There's a massive shutdown at turn 2.
Now, who has crashed? Sonoda has crashed, so both Williams are out. Now, is this going to draw a lot of people in? And if so, are they going to try to get onto, say, a hard tyre to go to the end, or even a medium, which might play into our strategy a little bit? Anyway, it's only a virtual safety car. It doesn't back everybody up behind the safety. You know, everybody's still going to be spread out. And it's a 6-second time save, I believe. Nobody, as yet, has taken it, though. So, I mean, Bottas, Gasly, why are you not taking this? Even Verstappen, like, this is ridiculous. Maloney has. But, I mean, these guys have to come in a lap or two's time anyway. Why are you not coming straight in? Anyway, it's not my team. Alright, virtual safety car is ending. We need to get Giovinazzi past Bottas. There is just, I mean, he's going to be coming into the pits soon anyway. But it just needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen 5 laps ago. Yeah, there's a little bit of a backlog coming up here. Albon, Norris and Leclerc as well. But we just... yeah, I mean, he's driving defensively. And he's making life very difficult for us. Which, you know, it's his prerogative, I guess. But there he is coming into the pits now anyway. So, that was good, Bottas. Well done, mate. There's a few cars coming in here, actually. So that gets us back up to 9th and 10th. Now, what tyres are they? If they're mediums, they're going to the end, you would imagine. So, everybody is coming out on mediums to go to the end. It's still a fair way to go. Another yellow flag. Verstappen's come in. And what has happened there, we don't know yet. Norris has had a spin. That's behind us anyway. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Giovinazzi, Verstappen is more or less gone here, isn't he? I don't really see a situation where we're going to be able to get him back because he is in front of us. And we've got a pit stop to make. Mick has nicked his fastest lap, though, so that's something. He's right there. Mick is flying. Alright, so this is Giovinazzi's in-lap. We're currently second. Ocon is behind us, and Russell, we've got a little bit of a train, but that's okay. This is going to be us going on to soft tyres. We will have, us and Mick, the best tyres in the race. Let's hope we get a good stop and see where we come out. Hopefully behind Sainz, ahead of Stroll. 2.7, we'll have some of that. And Mick now is... so he's in 5th and we'll drop down. Let's see where we come out. We come out behind, just behind Albon. Only just behind Albon. So we will come out probably behind Bottas, truth be told, with Mick. But let's go see exactly what we get here. Now, we can't push the tyres quite like that. Let's just go standard to start with. And, yeah, Mick has more or less got a full battery. We are going to have a bid for fastest lap. So can we get another good pit stop? If we make 6 pit stops and only have 1 bad one, I mean, by our standards, that's quite good. Oh, another 2.5. Very, very nicely done. Is it enough to get us out ahead of Bottas? That's going to be the big question. No, there's Bottas right there. So, not the end of the world. We can work with this. We're 9th and 11th. We've got the best tyres on track. Let's see where we can get to. Alright, so we are coming at cars very, very quickly here. Sainz is next up, with, as you said, so they're 7th and 8th. Perez made an error, so he blocked up his brakes, he knackered his tyres, he's not going to make it to the end, and if he does, it's not going to be at any great pace. So we're looking at Sainz in front on older soft tyres, then we've got Gasly 3 seconds in front of him, we've got a yellow flag, what is that? Don't know yet. Russell has had a spin. Does that bring us into the game with him? What's his tyres like? So that knackered his tyres. So Verstappen, unfortunately, is going to run away with this, which is a bit devastating, to be honest. But there is still, I'd say, 4th potentially on the table here for Giovinazzi, though we will need to get a bit of a move on. And we'll wait and see when our time is best here to go past Sainz. We're probably best off waiting for the front straight. It's just around the corner here. And then we can set off after Gasly. He's only 2.5 seconds up the road. But we're almost quicker than that to him. He did a 26 and we did a 25. So we're a second a lap whilst kind of cruising around at Sainz's speed. He's not quite let us past yet. We'll just deploy to make sure that that's done. We don't need another lap stuck behind him, and we can see how quickly, when we actually, really go for it, we've caught Gasly there quite quickly already. As for Mick, we are just ever so slightly running out of laps here, so we might try and get him a little bit of a move on. I want to try and make sure we have tyres, even if it's wait till the last lap and then sort of burn it all. I'd rather do that than get to the last lap and wish we had more tyre life. We're not going to quite get Gasly here, but that is okay. Can we do a sneaky move here somewhere? Not quite. We can see Perez is only 2.5 seconds up the road. He did a 27.7 and we did a 25.0, so we're going to get him quite cut. His tyres are just destroyed. What he should have done is when he locked up is just come in and stop. Because he was never gonna get to the end at that point. So with 3 laps to go, I'm gonna say we can push the tyres a little bit more. So we're coming around for 2 laps to go here. Just be a little bit careful on the old fuel. And we're just outside of DRS. Let's maybe even, with 2 laps to go, just go full send on the tyres. Mick has got Sainz. I dare say that was sort of into turn 1 and then finishing off the move. What sort of lap times is Mick doing? So 25.0. He might get to us here. We're about to start the final lap, which is perhaps the slight problem. And yeah, well, we'll deploy. We'll just use what we've got. see if we can get ourselves in the game here. Perez will be a gimme, probably for both cars, to be honest. It's Gasly that we really want, and I'm not sure we're going to quite be able to get that done. Come on, Gio. Come on, mate. Come on. Mick is second behind us. Gasly is somehow managing to tow him along here. That's I've got to say, frustrating me somewhat. We're out of battery. And we're not going to get this done, are we? We're not going to get this done. We're going to end up finishing 6th and 7th. Verstappen has won, and that is a devastating race for the championship, both championships. 1st and 2nd for Red Bull,
okay,
6th and 7th for Ferrari. So we made the extra stop. Is there any argument to say we could have made that work? Mick has gone backwards. Maybe it would have been better for Mick to stay out on the mediums. Giovinazzi, I think it probably did work for, but we'll never know, will we? Unfortunately, did anybody else? Nobody else tried a 3-stop. So we're the only one. Oh no, wait, no, nobody else tried it. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Gasly moved up quite a bit, didn't he? So that's a shame. Drivers, it's. I don't want to say it's gone, but it's certainly very difficult. And unfortunately, Perez actually extended his lead out on Mick there. So that's I gave that the kiss of death at the start, didn't I? And, yeah, again, it's over 100 points now for Red Bull. I don't see how that's going to come back unless they have a couple of absolute disasters. But over 100 points back to Mercedes or near enough too as well. And we got pit stop points. We got 2 of them. We got 2 of them. Oh, that is... What a day. What a time to be alive. We've got 3. Alfa Romeo, we are coming for you, Alfa. We're going to get you. We're going to come 8th in this championship. Wow. Imagine that. What a day. What a year that would be. So there we go. It's, yeah, it's looking as though... I mean, 2nd, we would have taken that at the start of the year, wouldn't we? The board is still happy. They were disappointed with that particular race, and maybe fair enough as well. But, yeah, we can't win them all, can we? But there we go. Next up, it is the Austin Sprint Weekend. So back-to-back sprint races, and I hope you're looking forward to that. It will be another chance to maybe just... let's look at cementing 2nd, shall we? I'd like to get Mick. If we can get Mick up to 4th, I think that'd be nice as well. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time. Take care.